Imagine a secret monster hiding inside the government, one you never even saw coming. For years, we all watched President Trump shout about building a great wall of deportation, and the president before him, Barack Obama, just talked about being calm and fair. But get ready for a truth that flips the whole story upside down. The cool president actually kicked out 2 million more immigrants than the loud one. Donald Trump, in his first term, kicked out less than 1 million people. But then came his second term, which has left us all wondering what is going on. Suddenly, it seemed like he went into overdrive, going full speed. He has been labeled cruel, a fascist, a monster. But here's the twist. The engine Trump is using for these mass deportations? It's a monster that was built by Obama when he changed the border crossings and a secret rule that let local police become immigration agents without anyone realizing it. As that deportation engine kicks into fifth gear today, it raises one terrifying question. How did Trump take Obama's tools and turn them into a wrecking ball that's hitting everyone? Let's discover the moment this immigration monster was truly born. Welcome to American Vendettas. Barack Obama's administration had a political goal: achieve comprehensive immigration reform. He knew that high deportation numbers would be the cost he would have to pay in order to get Congress to pass new laws. But to achieve this, he would have to develop a new system. The first step to this new system started with what was called returns. A return was simple. Someone caught at the border just walked back across. No legal record. Obama quickly changed that game by switching the focus from easy returns to formal removals. A formal removal meant a legal, permanent black mark. It banned people who had crossed the border illegally from legal entry back into the country for 5 or 10 years. Now that he had a record of who had been sent back across the border, he needed a way to get illegal immigrants out of the country. To understand the next step in the machine, we must look at the single, most controversial secret rule that started it all. The secret key to the Obama deportation machine was a program called Secure Communities, or SC. This was the rule that made local police work directly for federal immigration goals. The plan started as a voluntary pilot program under George W. Bush in 2008, but it was expanded by former Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano under Obama, who forced it into every state. Here's how it works. When police arrest someone and take their fingerprints at a local jail, those prints normally go to the FBI. SC added a hidden, automatic third step. The fingerprints were also instantly sent straight to Immigration and Customs Enforcement. ICE was told, even if the person was only caught for a traffic ticket or a small offense. It didn't matter. Local police were asked to hold that person, which is called a detainer. This gave ICE agents enough time to come and take the immigrant away. The effect was terrible and instant. Between 2008 and 2014, the SC was responsible for 450,000 deportations. Leaders of Latino groups like the National Council of La Raza declared Obama the deporter-in-chief to his face. They lashed out at House members saying they had failed on immigration reform. They argued the rule made people scared of their own police because it turned every local jail into a secret federal immigration trap. Hearing the people's cries, Obama eventually tried to look better by changing the SC to a new program called Priority Enforcement Program. This new program would still send the fingerprints to ICE, but ICE was to only issue detainers for those in the country illegally who had been convicted of a serious offense. But by then it was too late. The powerful system was now already built, and the fingerprints kept flowing to ICE. The damage was done by building this powerful, speedy conveyor belt. Now, what would the next administration do with it? When Donald Trump became president in his first term, all he needed to do was remove Obama's limits. His administration instantly took away all of Obama's rules about who should be a priority. He brought back the aggressive Secure Communities program fully. This change turned a sharp knife into a wrecking ball that hit everyone. Obama's final rule was about priorities, focus on criminals and terror threats. But Trump's policy was about full power and no mercy. In 2017, the government issued a memo that said all unauthorized immigrants were targets, which erased the difference between a serious criminal and a working parent with a simple traffic ticket. The results were horrifying. Under Obama, most of the people deported were criminals. Under Trump, arrests of people with no criminal record exploded. But here is why the numbers lie. Just because Trump talked louder didn't mean this tactic worked. In fact, it didn't. In casting such a wide net, Trump actually jammed the deportation machine. His rules were so wide they became slow and wasteful. The system spent too much time holding non-criminals, wasting precious resources on small cases instead of big ones. This is why, in the second Trump term, he is just passing the rule of law and rounding people up off the streets with no trials. Putting immigrants on planes and flying them out of the country. This chaos has become the new heartbreaking face of the crisis. Families pulled apart for tiny reasons. This leads us to the terrifying present. The current era of enforcement is defined by this unchecked machine running wild. The Obama infrastructure is now fully automated and blind, with no human brake on the system. This is why we see the most illogical cases today. Families who have lived and worked here for decades are suddenly being targeted. Their only mistake? A routine traffic stop that sends their fingerprints straight to ICE. This indiscriminate dragnet creates a dangerous, systemic chilling effect. Look at the brutal reality of Operation Charlotte's Web. In Charlotte, North Carolina, ICE agents suddenly appeared in the community, causing fear and terrifying all immigrants. On November 17th, 21,000 students missed school because their parents were too scared to leave their homes. They feared the children would be left alone if they were caught. This lack of safety is a direct political weapon. As one local leader said, "This is not about public safety. It is not about finding criminals. It is about fear. It is about quotas. And it's about control." People are now afraid to call the police for help or go to the doctor. This collective fear has a crushing economic cost when workers miss shifts, businesses lose employees, and children fall behind in school. This damages the entire social fabric. This fear is the direct, intended goal of the Trump policy shift. By treating every non-citizen as a priority, the administration has weaponized uncertainty itself. The result is the complete destruction of trust in communities where a surgical weapon created by the moderate became the terror tool of the radical. The total number of deportations under Obama were 3.1 million, which is a catastrophic number that shows a terrible commitment to enforcement. But the biggest lesson is clear. It's the tool, not the talk, that does the real damage. The moment we let a powerful rule be created, even one meant to be fair, we hand a weapon to the next president. Obama perfected the how to do it of deportation for political gain, but Trump took that system and used maximum cruelty to make his followers happy. The machine was built by the moderate, but it was aimed wildly by the radical, with unfortunate consequences of families being torn apart. If you want to understand the real reason for the discord in American politics, if you want to dive into the how, the why, and the lasting consequences, then subscribe and join us for the next American Vendetta.